Question 21. The diagram shows two circles and four equal semicircular arcs. The area of the inner shaded circle is 1. What is the area of the outer circle? Now, for me, I actually started drawing this with a square because you wanted to see these are all semicircles. These smaller arcs here are actually semicircles, and therefore you can draw a line that goes all the way around that makes a square. So to draw this, I'm going to start with a square. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a semicircle on each of these. I am told that the area of the inner shaded circle is 1. So I do know that that circle, when you draw the circle, is going to be 1. I'm going to draw the outer circle though. I'm not going to confuse this drawing with the inner circle. What I'm going to do is use the fact that the inner circle has a center here and that this will be the radius of that inner circle. So whatever that is, that's going to be the circle, the shaded circle. And I can put it on, if I put it on in a light green color, you'll be able to see what I mean. Not a brilliant circle, but those dimensions at the corner will be the radius of your shaded circle in the middle there. So this is your shaded circle in the middle. So we know the area of the shaded circle is 1. We know the formula, pi r squared. X is what I've called r, you could have called it r instead. And therefore, the dimension, that dimension is the square root of 1 over pi. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Pythagoras's theorem to know, and what I'm drawing is this shape in here. So I want to draw this shape here now. Where this is P, R, and O, P, R, and O just here. This line here, it's not obvious when you look at the circles that you're going to be looking at triangles, but this is indeed what you get when you put in this square here, particularly visible. So this is going to be X, this is going to be X, this is going to be Y. PR will give me that. I want to find out what that dimension is because I want to find out the area, the outer circle. I need to find that for the dimension, because if I know this, then I will know this dimension here. I will know this dimension here, this dimension here, and this dimension here, because this plus this is what I've called Y, but then this plus this is always all Y as well. So the whole of this is actually going to be 2Y. If this is Y, then the whole width there is going to be 2Y. So that's what I'm working towards. So I'm going to use Pythagoras. Now you notice I'm not putting this in straight away. I want to just rearrange this so that we've got something in terms of this Y here first before I substitute X, just to stop it getting a little bit messy. I know A and B are both going to be X. Okay, so I've got this here. I'm now going to substitute in X as this. So I've got, let's just write that as I've got it 2x squared, and then I'm going to substitute this in. So x squared will just be 1 over pi. So if this is y, what we're going to do, we know that that is one of those. So 2y would be the whole thing. But actually, I only want 1y because I want this radius here. I want to find out what the radius, the area is of the outer circle, the area of the outer circle. So this is what I need for my diameter. This is the radius. Sorry, this is the radius of the large circle. So the area of the large circle be pi r squared. Our r is the y. This squared will just be 2 over root pi. So it's pi multiplied by 2 over pi. Therefore, the area is 2. Phew. So what that means is, if we look back at this circle here, this one here is area of 1, but the whole thing here is the whole circle is area 2, which it doesn't look like it to look at it. It doesn't look like the area of that large circle is going to be exactly twice that inner circle. If you look at all the options that you can have here, 2 does not look like the most likely. It does look like you're going to have a root 2 in there, or you're going to have a pi in there somewhere. There's a lot of going backwards and forwards between areas to radius to length to then back up to areas. I think the key is drawing that square in to start with, the square that's not actually on that diagram. We drew a square. This gave us the ability to see that this length here was the radius of our small circle. We've got a formula for the small circle, knowing that the area of the small circle was 1. And then we created a relationship between the area, the radius of the small circle and the radius of the large circle, which was the y, which, although that and that don't look like they're necessarily the same, they are related because they are exactly the same length. That gives us an equation for y, which I then substituted in x into. And therefore, I then took this and I put that into the formula for the area of the large circle, with this being the radius, which got me out an answer of 2.